on, welcome to Now to Play Games. I am one of your hosts, John, and with me is our own pink-haired anime girl in the land of Titans, Fin. What in God's name?
John, this is one of those, this is classic Rose. This is one of those opening bits that she thinks is going to be like a simple question for me and ends up becoming a philosophical quandary.
Okay.
The question she posed to me was, if you want to live in an anime world, which one would you want to live in? I was trying to avoid any of the bad ones. Obviously, one of the worst ones you could live in is Attack on Titan world, right?
Sure, absolutely.
But I figured it didn't matter as long as I was a cute pink-haired anime girl. It doesn't matter where I am at that point. That's the answer I arrived at. Is it don't matter if I'm being murdered or living in poverty. I'm cute and pink-haired. So
okay, you know what? I get it. I'm not going to give you crap. I think
it's about being happy in your own skin, not in your environment necessarily. You can change. You can only change yourself.
You know what? I that is a very respectful answer. I'm going to have to give that one to you. As long as my hair is purple, I'm good. I don't really care. I'll be a purple. And look, you can be my pink anime girl. I'll be your purple anime girl. And we'll just live happily in whatever time.
You ever watch Kame ga Kill? That is.
I have no idea. You're saying words to me, my friend, and I have no idea what you're saying.
It's like an action anime. It's kind of okay, but it's a pink-haired anime girl and a purple-haired anime girl. The purple-haired girl uses scissors as her weapon, and it's awesome.
Ooh, I'm kind of down with that, actually. It reminds me of the only game one of the few games I remember scaring the hell out of me when I was a kid with Clock Tower. That's how I will tackle that game, is being a purple-haired anime girl with scissors. I'm down with this. You know what? Speaking of anime, in a very weird turn, I have to ask you real fast. What video game do you think should be turned into a manga or a graphic novel? I need to know your answer. What would that be?
Ooh, turned into the opposite way?
The opposite way.
You see things I go into these manga stores and comic stores and I see The Legend of Zelda manga and I'm are people really reading those? I think I would and it sort of ties into maybe it's just on my mind because we're talking about it today, but I think Pokemon would be cool. I'd like to see little Pokemon anthology stories, sort of like those little shorts that they put out. They just put out a new one about Bidoof. It was great.
That's true. They did do one about Bidoof. What if I told you that Among Us was gonna become a manga?
Among Us?
Yes. What? Among Us. Oh, so you've heard of that? Among Us. Yes.
Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah. Well, that's what the fans want to call it. It is Among Us.
I came up with it, and it's stupid.
I shit you not. It is going to be. I'm going to butcher this, and Rose, just jump in. The Betsitsu Kurokuro. Did I butcher the hell out of that? I'm waiting for Rose.
Now I have to remember what this was. Besatsu Korokoro.
There we go. It apparently I just had to find something to give us light and fluffy like we always do, and apparently this is going to be. It's a bi-monthly manga that comes out for kids in elementary school, and this is actually what started Pokemon, which I think is very funny. I did a little digging. It did Pokemon. It did stuff like that. So apparently in February they're gonna do an Among Us or an Among Us, and I just found that very interesting. So I went down a rabbit hole real fast. Did you know that there is an Among Us short film on YouTube that has gained 1.7 million views, but it's not happy-go-lucky. It is literally a horror short film for Among Us.
Well, it's just the movie Alien without the alien, right? It's
I
horror
think so.
In nature. That's a horror game in nature, right? That's one of its genres, surely.
Yeah, it's very funny how the Among Us crowd has actually jumped and done different things. And I watched a little bit of the short film. I didn't get to. It's 12 minutes, and I just didn't get to finish it. But it literally is it starts out, and I think I'm watching Alien.
Just because kids play it doesn't mean the premise isn't terrifying. Just look at Bug Snacks.
I mean, you're not wrong, actually. You're not wrong on that concept, but I just want to know what this manga is going to be about.
Chat is telling me the Pokemon manga is really good and it's gritty, and I'm interested in that.
Rose is messing with my lights.
You were too dark.
Among Us are that's such a simple concept that you can use for endless creativity, right? Because it's just Among Us is just the same format over and over again, and what makes the game is the characters that are playing the game are experiencing this murder mystery going on. So as long as you can populate each short story with interesting characters. I think it would be more interesting if it was different characters every time, like different Among Us games, instead of like
it's all the same colors and
like
stuff
a
like
long
that.
Continuing thread, yeah.
Well,
like
with
what
this
if one of them is all just like NBA All Stars, and like you have Michael Jordan and LeBron James and stuff, and they're all, you know. Wouldn't that be fun?
It would be fun. I wasn't prepared for you to go that route, and that's going to be the Among Us card. Look, it's only going to be a one-off, but maybe if it does well enough, maybe we're going to get MJ and LeBron in as Among Us characters, and that's what's going to happen. I would love that. I don't know where to go from
that. I hope no edition of the manga includes the word sus. I hope none of them include it.
Chat, let us know when it comes out. If you get it, let us know, and we will talk about it on an Now to Play Games. Or John might actually just find it and see which one, if it actually does work that way. If someone says sus.
I bet you're gonna buy it. You're gonna.
I'm not gonna buy it.
And you're gonna hold it up to me.
Don't do that to me. You guys know how much I have a problem sometimes. With that, welcome to Now to Play Games, your weekly news dump about all the video game news you need to know about. We do this live every Saturday, 4 p.m. Central. 10 p.m. British here on twitch.tv/Now to Play Games. If you can't hang out with us live, we got you covered. Just search Now to Play Games over on YouTube to find all the Now to Play videos you need. This podcast right here, Now to Play Games, our monthly Playdate podcast, reactions to things like Nintendo Directs and more. While you're there, go ahead and give us a subscribe and ring the bell so you know when another video drops just for you. If you're listening to this on your favorite podcast service, follow us there and give us a review. Tell your friends to follow Now to Play Games wherever they listen to podcasts. And don't forget, Now to Play Games is on Twitter and Instagram, so follow us there as well as we keep on keeping on. Housekeeping, you know what? Crap, guys. Crap. Hold up. There's something. There's a game. Is there a game coming up? I think there's a game. Like on January 28th, maybe we should stream a game, a new game coming out here on twitch.tv/Now to Play Games. Shit, I'm sure we'll remember it. I don't know. With that taken care of, it's time to load up the Digimon
game, right?
I think it's a Digimon game.
Yeah,
I think it's a Digimon game. I'm not sure. But I think you're right. I never understood Digimon. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. I understood Pokemon over Digimon. I had Dr. Swoosh, our friend Swoosh, try and explain it to me, and I still don't get it.
Digimon's cool, man.
It freaked me out that they could talk. They didn't just say their names.
Yeah, that's a little freaky, but yeah.
With that all taken care of, it's time to load up the news. We have 4 stories for you, including, are we getting report cards? The first acquisition of the year, and which do you dislike more? Last of Us 2 or NFTs? Oh my goodness. All right. Everybody, strap in. I'm going to let Uncle John tell you a story, all right? Everyone just put it all in and let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to give you some lore. The Eth Year Zero, the sun, which was supported and nurtured life on Earth for millennia, imploded and scorched the entirety of the Milky Way with its fiery touches. Luckily, we had built colonies in other galaxies before our homeland was burnt to a crisp. Eons passed, and Homo survivalists, or Terrians, as we had come to be known, had lost the ability not only to speak, but to produce any form of nonverbal noise from our windpipe. Laughter was gone in our lives. We had to guess how frustrated or sad someone was from their facial expressions only. This was all due to the fact that we had become overly reliant on vision, consuming only images, GIFs, and text. Abundance of visual displays, from personal electronics to embedded screens in our eyes, that sounds creepy, led us to mistakenly construe audio in inefficient ways of conveying and gathering information, which ultimately led to our vocal cords deteriorating completely over centuries. The same fate occurred in all races of humans across different universes. Then in the 8th year, 8,888, a group of 100 ethereal beings by the name of Alpha Centum, or Centums, started appearing in various places. They were omnipotent cosmic energies, spiritual beings that flowed from one galaxy to another beyond temporal and spatial limitations. They each possessed one authentic voice that demanded such respect and awe, as the world had long forgotten what a real voice was. Centrums summoned 1,000 cosmic architects, or architects to obey their beckonings. They were charged with creating new and revitalizing old planets, and to manage the Terrians were devastating of a voice of their own. I'm actually reading that correct. I know I sound like I had a stroke. In return, architects were awarded voices generated by mixing two pure centum voices with Terrans were given voices that were bred randomly from a multitude of voices. No one knew why centums were here, but everyone knew that this was our only chance at recovering what made us and our ancestors truly human.
I hate everything about this.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you're here right now and you're asking what in God's name did Jon just read? If you didn't hear, Troy Baker started something with a company called Voiceverse. And I literally just read the lore of Voiceverse to you.
I thought it was going to be cool. I thought you had like
oh, hell no. You think
this
shit is going to be cool? We're talking NFTs, baby.
I thought we were about to go into like a Starfield preview or something.
Nope,
but no,
absolutely
it's just
freaking
bullshit.
not.
Oh, man. All right, you're going to have to ease me into this story, Jon.
I'm going to ease you into this one. All right. So we're going to pull from all sorts of different places. The main place I'm pulling from now is one, Troy Baker's Twitter account. We're going to talk a little bit from Alana Pierce's Play Watch. Nope. I read that wrong. What is it?
Play Watch Listen. You're right.
Play Watch Listen. There it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I watched the podcast today, and I'm going to pull from GameSpot's Eddie McCooch about all sorts of different things. But Troy Baker yesterday, as of recording this, so Friday, I'm partnering with Voiceverse NFTs to explore ways where together we might bring new tools to new creators to make things and allow everyone a chance to own and invest in the IPs they create. We all have a story to tell. You can hate or you can create. What'll it be? Now, Finn, just tell me right off the bat, how does that make you feel? That Troy Baker, beloved voice actor Troy Baker, who is in probably every single video game we know it like just made, has told you that you can hate or you can create. What it'll be when partnering with the Voiceverse NFT.
Really bummed. Really super bummed. There's one thing where he's doing this NFT stuff, and we'll get into all that, but the line that everyone's like memeing the fuck out of, and I think is right to do so, is the you can hate or you can create line. Because that's just like what that actually means when you put like closed captions on it is, I know you're gonna be mad and I don't care.
Yes.
And so he's just like doing this from like this stance of, yeah, I know people don't like this, but I just kind of want to make money.
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm jumping into Eddie McCooch from GameSpot, just kind of give you an idea of a little overview of Voiceverse and some quick hits real fast. Voiceverse says its voice-based NFTs are different from owning JPEGs. Quote, Voiceverse provides instructive, I can't even say that, utility. What? Intrinsic. Why I blanked out on that one. That helps me. Does it? I don't know. Utility in addition to a fantastic community. You can't right click these, either of these. I mean, that right there. Imagine being able to create customized audiobooks, YouTube videos, e-learning lectures, or even podcasts with your favorite voice, all without the hassle of additional legwork. This also allows people with limited resources to access professional grade voices more easily, the company said. Voice NFTs provide a new way for you to communicate and build your own persona in metaverse worlds. You can look like anyone you want in the metaverse, and now you can sound like the voice NFT you own. Other quick hits, just real fast from this actual article and from Voiceverse themselves. Using their system, you can sound like anyone you want. So like they're really kind of pushing this metaverse thing. Like if I wanted to sound like Troy Baker as Joel, I can do that now, apparently, allegedly in this thing, or anyone you want to. So it is literally taking their AI system and like, all right, I bought, you will use me. You used one of my voices that I can do, and you can now AI put me into any one of your games, and I can say whatever the hell you want me to say. Original voice actors will receive royalty payments, and if the value of the NFT rises, the voice actor gets a bump. And this is quoting from actual Voiceverse themselves. We understand the environmental impacts of NFTs. We are working hard to move our voice NFTs to much more environmentally friendly minutes in the future, such as Polygon or Solana, proof of work is proof of stake. We aren't saying voice NFTs is the perfect child in the family of NFTs. We admit some shortcomings, but we ask that you give it a chance without shunning it from the get-go, and look into what value and sorry, I'm still sick. Utility it can provide to the creator and gamer communities. So, okay, let's look at it from this point of view. If you just go into it, let's remove the NFT part out of this real fast, which I know this is the main thing we're talking about. Mm-hmm. If we remove the NFT part out of this, this is actually kind of cool. In the idea of, I can only imagine, and I'm bringing in some comments that Troy actually said himself on Alana Pierce's podcast. If you can't afford Troy Baker, but you have written a character for Troy Baker, at least you have a way to get Troy Baker. Now, how you want to go about it, like, there are better, more humane, more environmentally friendly ways, 100%. So we understand that one, but the idea, I do kind of follow the logic. Now, don't get me wrong, Troy Baker effed up. He effed up real bad because he was like, guess what? I don't care. Come at me. And that's not, according to him, what he was trying to do. So I want to know, Finn, first off, what do you honestly think of what I just read? Like, in that whole, just what they were talking about, Voiceverse and their concepts, and like, what is your just initial gut feeling when it comes to that?
Yeah, it sounds cool, like you said. It's just, again, as you said, like, removing the NFT thing from it. And like, that's the thing, you can remove the NFT from it, because the NFT part of it isn't anything to do with this technology that lets you take Troy's voice in this case and make podcasts or audiobooks or whatever the hell you want. Like, this technology exists already outside of NFTs. They are just, this Voiceverse or whatever company is just using NFTs as a delivery mechanism to allow this to be sold and quote unquote owned, and not like, spread and copied out to a million people once it is. So yeah, it's this thing where, like, TikTok's been doing this for a while now, right? Where you can have, like, they have the text-to-speech thing, but you can, like, put different voices on it now if you, like, pay for the packs or whatever. So, yeah. NFTs don't mean this exists necessarily. It's just it's sort of the commerce mechanism that allows ownership to exist. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's one way to do it. it's one way to piss off a lot of people.
It is real. Like, I don't know how Troy Baker was like, 2020, I didn't get enough hate for Last of Us Part 2. Screw it, I'm jumping into NFTs. And you're like, oh, Troy, why did you do that?
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it's hard to compare those two for sure, because
it really is.
Last of Us 2, you had like critical criticisms of it, like actual genuine criticism, and then you just had the hate mob that just are terrible and only exist on Twitter as far as I'm aware. There are genuine like criticisms of NFTs as well, and that's mostly what I've seen the discourse of. Ultimately, like, we're in it now, but I didn't really want to talk about this story purely because, like, Troy Baker's just a guy. Like, you could say, like, in some cases, like, he is a business. But he's in it for himself. He's like, he's just one dude. Like, he has a voice.
You're right. He's one. And I'm glad you said it. I will actually. So I knew we were going to talk about this because obviously we're on a show, and I was like, we have to. And I wanted to get the fullest picture I could. So I took the time and I actually watched Play, Watch, Listen. And it was literally, Alana was like, hey, we're going to talk straight into what Troy's tweet. And like, you can see them there. All of them are talking, and they were explaining to him like what's going on. And so what I pulled from it, and I could be wrong, but this is what I truly pulled from it. First off, it didn't seem like he fully understood what NFTs like actually were, the concept of it. His idea was he truly wants to find and help build technologies where people can, like indie developers or people who want his voice or want a voice, can get there, but they don't have the actual like monetary means to get there. Which I follow the logic. I do. I get that. But it was like, he even said, like, after he like really thought about it, like, he put the tweet wrong. all of his friends, Alana has talked out against like
he's
NFTs.
Done it before.
And
he has done it before.
He has done it before. And so he even admitted like, oh my God, like after he was literally talking with everyone, he's like, I understand now. Like, okay, I did this wrong. I shouldn't have done this. Honestly, just trying to help people, looking for the new technology. And he even said like he didn't really have a stake in it. And what I found very interesting was his idea of like, he started, according to him, started late in life when it comes to retirement. And what he's trying to do is make sure like this wasn't the end all be all for him. He's like, I have no idea if this is going to work. If I'm going to be honest with you, even my financial advisor was like, what the hell are you doing? So it was, maybe this is something that will help his son. Because at the end of the day, he's trying to protect his family and get stuff done. And I'm like, I respect that. I completely understand that. So between his like financial advisor and like his actual manager, they were like, are you sure you want to do this? Is this what you want to like do? And to him, it was the technology that made sense. That's what he wanted to do. He didn't really factor the full NFT concept. And what I got very interesting, and I'm sorry, I do not remember your name. Maybe Rose can help me. The gentleman, Matt or Mike in the top left, he was talking to Troy and telling him the idea of like the problem that people tend to forget is that if you have to log in to some place, that is a server. Yeah. And if that server goes down, that NFT is worth shit.
Mm-hmm. You don't own anything.
You don't own anything.
That's the main crux of NFTs is that you can own instead of just license the thing. But it's a fallacy. It
is a fallacy. And if they're using an AI system that you have to log into that is based in the cloud, that's a server. And if that shit goes down, you don't have you have what you have. Hopefully you have the WAV file, the MP3 of Troy Baker or whomever, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So like it's very interesting. Like, oh, NFTs are the thing, but if you have to log into someplace, you don't fully own it. And Rose and I were talking. I'm going to be honest with everyone. If you have an internet connected device, like we're all very like, oh, we own our DVDs, we own our like hard copies of discs. Any one of them, if it is connected, they can run an update and shut those discs down. I'm going to be honest. So your physical devices, Mike. Okay, thank you, the game director. Thank you very much. I see Rose adding that in there right now. So Mike Bithell. Mike Bithell, thank you. And just listening to him, like it is this. I'll be honest, this is the first podcast I listened to. It's fantastic. Go, please listen to that podcast because it's different views in the gaming industry from different people in the gaming industry. So it was awesome. But yeah, it was very interesting to see that. And like I'm not faulting Troy Baker. I'm faulting him for not having enough information. That's what I'm faulting him on. He should have really listened to the people around him, did more digging and all that stuff. And before we move on, let me just, he apologized. It took like 3 hours and he apologized for it. And this is what he said. I always want to be a part of the conversation, even if sometimes that finds me in the midst of a loud one. Appreciate y'all sharing your thoughts and giving me a lot to think about. I'm just a storyteller out here trying to tell my story to whomever will hear and hoping I can help others do the same. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm grateful there are those who are passionate about their stance and not only feel safe to express that, but also have the means to do so. The hate/create part might have been a bit antagonistic, yes. Hope y'all will forgive me for that. Bad attempt to bring levity. Anyway, feel free to resume this conversation or not, as you please. I appreciate those with truth showing it. Those with support offering it, and those with anger doing their best to repress it, or their best to express with it. So, fell on the sword. That's cool. What I'm going to say at the very end of this is, while we may disagree with a lot of things, like hell, you can disagree with us here at Not a Play. You can at me at JohnBox. I don't give a damn. Do not threaten families. Do not threaten death or anything. For the love of God, Jesus, be cool. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Like, don't do that. Hey, John, I disagree with this. Why? Well, here's why. You know what? You bring a valid point. Let's talk about it. That's what this is. That's what the internet should be. And with that, I'm going to shut up.
Sometimes should go without saying that, but sometimes it doesn't. It has to go with saying.
So yeah, sometimes we have to say it, and I just think that's crazy. All right, you know what? I'm done with NFTs. I got out as fast as I could, guys. I promise. Finn. Zynga?
Yeah. So I'm just going to read this straight up, and then we can sort of get into it.
Okay.
I'm pulling this from Invest Game, but of course I'll be quoting from the press release that made this announcement where US-based video game company Tech2 Interactive has entered into an agreement to acquire US-based mobile game developer and publisher Zynga Incorporated for a total enterprise value, John, of $12.7 billion with a B dollars.
Holy smokes.
The transaction represents a 64% premium to Zynga's closing share price on January 7th, 2022. The transaction is still subject to approval of both Tech2 and Zynga stockholders and other customary closing conditions. The deal is expected to close at the first half of the year. As part of this press release, Tech2 CEO Strauss Zelnick said, "This acquisition unifies highly complementary businesses, including Tech2's best-in-class portfolio of console and PC games and Zynga's industry-leading mobile franchises. It also creates one of the largest publicly traded interactive media entertainment companies in the world." So that's the story. Tech2 has acquired Zynga outright, or is in the process of doing so. Again, that deal is going to close, expected to close in the first half of this year. John, any initial reactions to this headline?
I think we're all starting to see that mobile gaming is and it's always been a thing, so please don't take this out of context. Mobile gaming is big, and like China, Japan know that, and now it's time for the US to catch up. That's literally what this is saying. Everyone has the phone. Rose is, you can't see her, but Rose is showing us her big ass Fold 3, just modeling it right now.
For us. That was just
for us, though. You guys don't get to see it. You don't get to see it. But yeah, it's pretty much saying, hey, United States, North America, mobile gaming, while it's been big in the Candy Crush concept, there are more things out there. There are more games that can be played, and Take-Two wants a piece of that pie, and Zynga is actually one of the best pieces to pick up. So I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Why pay all that money, though? This is the biggest gaming acquisition in history by some margin. The next closest one is Tencent picking up Supercell, which I believe is another mobile game company, for $8.6 billion.
Yeah.
And third is the one probably most people will be familiar with, Microsoft acquiring ZeniMax, or in another way of phrasing it, Xbox acquiring Bethesda for $8.1 billion. This was $12.7 billion, John, 64% above what their market value was at the time. Why pay all that money for?
That's
for
3
Zynga?
Marvels. I just looked it up. Disney bought Marvel for $4 billion.
Yeah, what was Star Wars as well? Star Wars was like, it was like 4 Star Wars.
It was 4 Star Wars, like $3 billion, like $3 billion for Star Wars, if I remember correctly. Why pay this much? Probably because either A, Zynga knew they needed to get out of the Facebook metaverse thing, or they saw more profits when it's just going straight mobile, because we know Facebook or Meta is going metaverse concepts now. So I don't know if Zynga was either ready to go metaverse style with their games or anything like that, or they really, really wanted to just stay in mobile. And sometimes to beat out the competition, you just got to put a shit ton down and bet on it. And I think that's like Take-Two has the money to do it. So instead of Facebook coming back going, oh, no, hold up. We need to make Farmville in the metaverse. Take-Two is like, no, we're not gonna play this game. I know what I want. I know what we need. We can see the future in mobile. So let's just grab it and go.
Worth pointing out that it was this time last year that Take-Two had put in their, I think it was $1 billion bid to acquire Codemasters, that later got swiped up by EA.
God, was it?
For $1.2 billion. Yeah.
Holy
so
crap.
They got outbid by that last year.
I forgot about that.
The way it stands with the Zynga deal at the minute is they are allowed to hear differing offers and accept like higher offers until that deal closes. Whenever it does, so could be like just them putting it down like, no, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it.
we're all in. Here you go. Like, who's gonna put $13 million or $13 billion down for Zynga? Which, I mean, again, Zynga is making what the new Star Wars. There's a Star Wars game coming out that Zynga's doing, and so like they've had their foot in game development for the longest time, for what, 15 years. I go back to Farmville. I remember how many people were playing Farmville on Facebook, and now I think this is probably good for Zynga now, getting out of the Facebook that Facebook cloud, and now moving into actual I don't want to call it like actual game development, but different, like away from Facebook, because I remember when they announced the Star Wars game, we're all like, every one of us were like, Zynga?
Right.
The hell?
They do have a console game on the go, Star Wars Hunters Arena.
Hunters, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Star Wars Hunters, that's right. It seems like a hero shooter?
Unclear what that game is.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that game is, but like, cool for Zynga. I mean, $12.7 billion. Jesus, Take-Two. I mean, this is just kind of like, maybe they've got something up their sleeve when it comes to like Grand Theft Auto, or, I mean, I'm going to say it. They have freaking NBA, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Let's be honest. How much money are you going to make if you're playing NBA, some sort of NBA 2K game on this thing? You will probably make back a lot of that money with NBA alone.
All right, let's roll into that then. So, John, do you want to play a little game?
Oh yeah, I'm always down for some games.
I'm going to test you on your knowledge of Tech-2's.
Oh god!
As part of this presentation, where they listed that they were acquiring Zynga, they were talking about like how hyped they were about like all these different franchises potentially working with Zynga, and they had a list of their top franchises. These are franchises that have sold over 5 million units. So yeah, John, I'm going to need you to name as many of these franchises as you possibly can across Tech-2.
Okay, I'm in our Notion real fast, so I do not drop the. I don't drop the toggle.
No, don't drop.
Okay,
it. That's
all right,
for me.
All right, I'm rolling back up. I would say, all right. No.
Hold on.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Shit.
There's 12 in total.
12 total of 5 million.
Let's start with the
units.
obvious ones.
So 2K games. So 2K22 or 2K21. Like, am I
NBA
specific?
2K, you already said it. Yeah.
Okay, NBA 2K. Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, what else does Take-Two have?
Who's Grand Theft Auto's baby brother who really likes Woody from Toy Story? Come on!
What?
There was a petition to save the online component of this game this week. You might have saw it trending on Twitter.
What? What did I miss?
John Marston.
Oh shit. God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah. Okay. That did sell. Oh my god. Yeah. Red Dead. Oh my god.
You bet it did.
Yeah. Okay. So there's those three.
The franchise that has a spin-off coming later this year, starring
I was Tiny Tina.
Yeah. So
the main ones. Yeah. Guys, I host a video game podcast and I cannot pull these out of my ass right now.
There's a few in here I don't think you'll get, but let's keep going through the sort of more of
I think I can help him get one.
Okay.
John, what is that awful video game movie that we were rooting for him to die?
Oh, Max Payne.
Yeah.
I didn't think you get Max Payne. That
It was so bad. It was so
Oh my
bad.
god, it's so bad. Okay.
There's also an underwater game.
Oh, BioShock.
BioShock is up there.
BioShock is a Take-Two. I forgot about that one.
Finn's favorite game.
Crash?
Right. Possibly John doesn't know that this is a 2K game. So
That's what I'm thinking.
A game that I have poured thousands of hours, or a franchise I've poured thousands of hours into.
Oh,
on the PC.
Yeah, it's the top-down. It's the top-down.
It is the top-down one. Another word for society. We live in a society.
Civilization.
Yes.
I forget. Yeah, you're right. That is a Take-Two game. I love this game, guys. Thank you for holding my hand. All right, what are the rest of them? I don't. Unless you have good hints.
Oh, okay. It got like a remaster, I think, recently last year. Okay, so like, hold on. What would be a way to not like give this away too easily, but also get you in the right direction? If Boardwalk Empire were a video game.
Oh, Mafia.
Mafia. There we go.
Nice.
Similar sort of vibes, all about facial animations. Press X to doubt.
Oh, fudge. Yeah, it had 3 discs on the 360. I know which one you're talking about. I don't, for the life of me, I cannot remember what it's called, though.
L.A. Noire.
Noir, damn it, yep. God, I cannot believe that. I worked at GameStop when that game came out, and I hyped that game up, and then I was like, this has 3 discs? What the hell is wrong with you people?
I forgot that Take-Two bought these guys. But this started off as like an indie darling. Okay. Was a very technical game that most people failed at lots and lots again in their quest to get to the moon?
Oh, Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah, there we go. This is one. Okay, so if I say top selling game on Switch every goddamn week, if you go to the fucking eShop, what comes into your mind?
Mario Kart.
Other than Mario Kart 8, maybe.
It's like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
It would have to be a third party, so no Nintendo
Yeah,
game, but it's on the top of that damn eShop every week. I swear to God, this thing has sold millions. I've never played it. You've never played it, I guess.
Rose has her head like, am I gonna hate myself when I miss this one?
Do you? So like, if you picture the box art, there's a guy with a mustache and a hat.
I legitimately only thought this was on Wii. I did not know that this came to the Switch.
No, dude. This is selling bangers on Switch.
All right, I have
Carnival
no idea.
Games.
Oh, fudge off. That's a Take-Two?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did not know. I thought it was some company that just like cashed in.
Yeah, I thought it was
just
a random company down the street. Oh my God. Okay. All right.
There's one more, John,
okay,
in this list that they mentioned a couple times. And it sort of threw my eyebrows up. It's a franchise that you and me care very much about. It's another Rockstar game. Series that is maybe like...
It's not split second. It's a racing car game. It's a racing car game.
Yeah, correct.
It's not... God, why? I'm thinking split second, but it's not split second. It is...
Street racing?
It is street racing.
Diego,
it is...
Tokyo. Yeah, I think it's based off of a real life
oh God, is Keith right in chat? Is it Midnight Club?
It's Midnight Club.
Midnight Club. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. There it is.
John,
like, I know you and I talk about, like, we love our street racing games. I don't know why.
Strauss Zelnick was, like, really going ham on the IP stuff. Like,
yeah.
And so that brings us into our sort of next point where they were talking about, speaking of the investors call, I'm pulling from VGC now, Strauss Zelnick said, perhaps most importantly, we have the ability together from both a development and a publishing point of view to optimize the creation of new titles based on Take-Two's core intellectual property, he said. We believe we have the best collection of console and PC intellectual property in the interactive entertainment business, and it's basically nearly entirely unexploited for mobile and free-to-play around the world. Zynga's best-in-class studios can help us develop that property. Their best-in-class free-to-play mobile publishing operations can bring that to consumers, delight those consumers, and create recurrent consumer spending along the way. Ooh, gotta love the RCS. The list is endless, and it's early days. We're just thrilled to have the opportunity to be able to work together and create what we're certain will be an extraordinary value going forward. That's another reason going back to like why they probably paid like so much of a premium, right? Because Zynga makes absolute bank in the first place. Zynga with Take-Two properties increases the value exponentially. Yep. So yeah, it's more like buying them for what they could be worth under the guise of Take-Two.
Yeah,
John, Midnight Club. They were listing like examples of like this IP that like could be used. They were like, and they round off like 3 or 4 games every time. It was always like Grand Theft Auto, NBA 2K, and like Midnight Club was always up there.
Yeah,
John, to sidetrack a little bit.
I'm in.
Club,
I know what you're about to ask me, and you're goddamn right. I will play a Midnight Club mobile game. I freaking love Midnight Club.
Well, not even that. Just the fact that they keep name checking.
Put that down, Rose. Put that down.
The fact they keep name checking it makes me like think that people were right about those like remaster rumors that were going around a while ago. They're trying to get people like up about that. And
it would make sense too. Like I think now, like look, we've already seen how many. We might talk about that later or in a different podcast, but. Forza Horizon 5 and just how well it's done. We're at the point where car games are cool thanks to Forza Horizon 5. So now it's time to bring back old properties, and Midnight Club getting that remaster remake makes a lot of sense in the idea of, hey, we've got the game. Here's the game you can play on console, but you can also play it on mobile. It's obviously stripped down a little bit, but still, it'd be great.
John, now it's time to test. We've done Take-Two. Now it's time to test how familiar you are with Zynga.
That is shitty on that one. You think I can do this on Zynga?
Well, this is a different one. I'm going to give you the name, and you're just going to tell me if it's real or fake. Some of these
cool, sweet. I love these games.
All right. Farmville 3.
Real
or fake? Farmville 3 is real. Did not know they made that many.
So the only reason I know Farmville 3 is real is someone at work, we have iPads at work, and that's all he did was he played Farmville 3 on his iPad.
Did you play much Farmville yourself?
Oh, God, when it was 2008, 2009 that's when I played it. 10, I don't know. I remember playing
Cityville. Cityville was my jam.
Cityville was your
or
jam?
whatever the city equivalent of Farmville was. I was on that stuff for sure.
I played a lot when I was working for CVS, and our entire store had Farmville, and they're like, John, I need this. And so here I am like doing stuff in the aisles, and then I'm getting my phone and doing that crap. And yeah, that was 2010.
Yeah, Toy Blast.
Void Blast?
Toy Blast.
Toy Blast.
Little toys. Toy Story, but blast
fake.
them, I guess. Toy Blast is real.
Oh shit, okay.
They also have Toon Blast.
Oh.
10-10.
Fake.
No, it's real. 10-10
is this
real.
one where every single one of them is real? Are you playing me? Is this shit playing?
No.
Oh my.
Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll find out. Not to be confused with Temtem, which is the Pokemon online game. This is 10-10. Squibble.
Squibble. Real.
Fake.
God damn it. Suck at these games.
Words with Friends Odyssey.
Well, Words with Friends is a real game, but I don't think that's Zynga. So I'm going to say fake. It's fake.
Words with Friends is a Zynga game.
Is
Words
it?
with Friends Odyssey, I made up.
Okay, cool. I was like, I didn't remember Zynga being Words with Friends, but all right, cool beans.
Tiny Toons Brawl.
Fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
Okay, I was going to go, hold up. WB has done some weird shit, so let me really think about that one.
Wonka's World of Candy.
You know, I can see that being real.
It's real.
All right.
Avatar Ultimate Trivia.
Wonka's World Candy. Okay, so if that's real, fake.
Fake?
Fake, yeah.
Yeah, that's fake. Avatar Ultimate Trivia is fake. Game of Thrones Slot Casino.
Real.
Yeah.
The only reason I know, I saw Keith talking in chat going, you played the Farmville Casino game. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know they had casino games.
Hair Challenge.
Like HAIR.
Hair Challenge.
Fake.
Real.
Damn.
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't either. I'm assuming
I have no idea.
Start your own salon.
They also have a seemingly related game called High Heels.
All right, cool.
Town Quest Unlimited.
Sure, that's real.
Fake.
Damn it.
I said it convincingly, though.
Yeah, you did.
Tangle Masters.
Tangle Masters. I'm going to assume that's a spin-off of Hair Story or whatever the hell you just said, so real.
Why do you think that?
I don't know. Just you get tangles in the hair.
Yeah, no, that's fake. Or,
Damn it.
Sorry, that's real. That's right, it's real.
Oh, okay, cool. I was like, I don't know.
I don't think it's anything to do with Hair Challenge. Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells.
Fake.
Real.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah. Was one of the things they cited for we did so well with Harry Potter Puzzles and Spells, imagine if we got this other IP.
Okay.
So you did pretty well there. What do you think is the first that's going to be, ported into a mobile game out of this Take-Two library?
Oh, man. I
Because, they've done ports. They've done, GTA ports. But
Yeah.
I think the reason you buy Zynga is to, make new original games.
Yeah.
That, utilize these property, but, aren't just direct ports of, games you could play in a PS2 or a PC.
I think it's got to be NBA. I think Take-Two swings big. And, I was going to say swings for the fences, but then I was like, that's a baseball reference and I got to do basketball. So it takes a 3-point shot and nailed it, kids. I know sports. I think it would make a lot of sense for them to actually do a basketball game because we do know Take-Two and their how they do basketball in NBA 2K with the slot machines and whatnot. It just fits so well as a gotcha when it comes to a mobile game that it just I feel dirty saying it, but I'm pretty sure I would put money on that it's going to be a NBA game that is very gotcha in nature.
Yeah. They already have WWE Supercard, so I'd imagine it would be something similar to that.
Similar, yeah.
Yeah. Carnival games on mobile, dude. That's the next step, I think.
I mean, I will be honest. If that happens, I'm like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then we'll have this discussion in 6 months going, dude, did you know Carnival Games was a 2K game? I forgot.
Mm-hmm. Essentially, the thing is this trend is continuing, and just to like put a pin on this, like why they paid out the wazoo. This is again the biggest game in gaming history. Why they paid out the wazoo. First, I think it's to catch up with the competition, right? Yeah. Activision acquired like King, and now have 35% of their net revenue from mobile. EA bought Glue Mobile and Playdemic last year to expand their free-to-play stuff. At 13% of net revenue. Embracer Group have just been buying everyone, but it's impossible to track how much money they make. They make too much. And yeah, mobile game spending is just like continually increasing. So I think like it's the thing where I hate using business terms, but it's diversifying their revenue streams.
It
and
really
to put that
is.
In layman's terms, 2K are trying to prevent a cyberpunk from happening.
Yes.
Where they have a very similar strategy to CD Projekt Red in a lot of ways, where if you look at Rockstar specifically, like they release one big game every like 6 to 8 years, maybe now. Yeah. And it has to hit, otherwise they take a huge financial loss. Yeah. What CD Projekt Red didn't have is the mobile continuous revenue to back it up, so that if they did fail, they would have that safety net, and you know that they're still trying to recover from Cyberpunk is the thing. Mm-hmm. So like, say GTA 6 comes out and it's a flop, and that could happen.
Yeah.
They not only does that kill that game and the sales, it kills like the potential of GTA Online going forward. So I think this is for them. They're willing to pay out the wazoo for that safety net and just that continuous revenue.
That's exactly what I was about to say. It's just it's the safety net of, hey, if GTA loses and just fails big and we lose millions of dollars, don't forget we have billions being made in this hand, so it's not a big deal.
Speaking of games that are primed to fail.
You know what? I like the segue. Damn, that is savage. Finn, did you watch this? Let's talk about Pokemon Legends Arceus. God, please tell me I said that right. I think it's Arceus. Chat, let me know. I said it wrong to someone.
Arceus.
Arceus. I don't know. Someone's going to get mad at me. You can at me at JohnBox and tell me I said it wrong. I don't give a damn. Did you watch this 13-minute glossy, hazy, made me think that I didn't have my contacts on gameplay trailer?
John, I've ragged on this game before for its textures, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew this going into when I was watching this thing. I did have this moment where 5 seconds in, I was like, YouTube's doing some shit. And I
right?
clicked the little wheel, and it was 1080p, and I was like, okay, all right, just go.
No, this is it. This is what you're giving us. And I'm like, oh boy. Oh, no. Because you're right. Like, when this game first came out, I think it was Tim, but all of us were talking about, like, in the background, you could see just frame rate drops. And we're like, you know what? It's early. Don't worry about it. We'll see what happens. And then it happened in Monster Hunter Rise, and no one talked about it. And then here we are now. And I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm a little nervous about this whole game. And just, I think Rose has it up right now. Everyone, just let me know what you think. If you're here in chat, what you think in comments. If you're watching after the fact, just let me know how you feel about this game, because I'll be honest, I wasn't high, but I was like, all right, cool, something new. And then as soon as they start showing more and more, I kept on falling, and I'm like, oh no, because you never want a game to be bad. You just want it to be fun, and I still hope this is fun. But Finn, through this trailer, like, yeah, okay,
let me. It's gonna be fun.
Has this moved the needle for you in any way, shape, or form? Yeah,
it has, in the wrong direction, though.
I mean,
they sold this as Breath of the Wild Pokemon. They're still trying to evoke Breath of the Wild vibes. As the trailer, as this like showcase basically goes on, you discover more and more about what it actually is. And so you think of Breath of the Wild, right? You have this big, beautiful world to explore as Link, and like you're sort of this traveler who goes like around these different places and finds these things.
Yeah.
What it's becoming clear that Pokemon Legends Arceus is you have this one central town that they did show in the trailer, but that is like probably the one town that exists in this game. And you go there, like Monster Hunter style, you pick up a mission, you go out into the thing, you do the mission, you come back, you get your reward. And you keep doing that loop over and over again. You go back to the town, you stock up on items, you go out there, you get the Charizard or whatever the hell and bring it back. And like they had like in this trailer here's an example of a quest. And it was some dumbass in the village was like, I don't remember what a shrink's ear looks like. Can you go get one for me?
Did you see the Pikachu? I need to see the Pikachu. And you're like,
God, I wish this game had voice acting. But maybe not. Maybe like when we're streaming this, you can like do the voices for me. That'd be great. Yeah, it's so like it is not radically. I won't go that far.
No.
It is different from the Pokemon formula we've become used to, but I think in a bad way, right? You think of the Pokemon formula as like assembling your team, getting your squad leveled the fuck up, right? This ragtag group of misfit monsters, going on and taking on the big four, the Elite Four, and then becoming the best Pokemon trainer in the world, right? It's you just like trying to conquer the world with your band of Pokemon bros. Yep. With this, I feel like I'm going to feel way less attached to my Pokemon.
So, Riley in chat, yes, I 100% agree. It looks so uninteresting. The more I've seen about this, the more I relate it to Sun and Moon. I'm going to be honest, I did not like Sun and Moon. I played it, and then when I registered, there's no Elite Four. There's no reason for me to actually do anything. I'm like, why the hell did I spend money on this game?
I mean, like, there's no reason to really, like, level up your Pokemon other than to catch other Pokemon. Like, that's the goal of this game that they set out is you just have to catalog every Pokemon.
You are actually finally catching them all.
Right, and so that's why I think this game is less of an evolution of the Pokemon formula as it is a bridge between mainline Pokemon games and Pokemon Snap. Right, yeah. I see this way more as a Pokemon Snap, as in you're going to be catching Bidoof probably 8 times, and you need to, like, you're just going to, like, enter in, like, different logs in the Pokedex, like, did you know that Bidoof really likes these type of fruits? And it's like,
I went and hunted
really,
for this
I caught him 3 times. Yeah. All
right, so
it's just going to be that over and over.
Yeah, I fully agree. Okay, let's assume that this game does not hit. What do you want out of an open world Pokemon game? Because I think what you said is pretty much 100% correct, and I think what you're trying to get at is that we need this might actually, you might be right, this might truly be the bridge that we're looking for, because we do want a Breath of the Wild game, style game in Pokemon. That's what we've been wanting since Red and Blue came out. Just walking our asses around in a fully 3D world where I can catch whatever damn Pokemon I want to, and not Monster Hunter meets Pokemon concept. Finn, you are itching to go, and I'm just going to let you go. Oh my God.
John, there's one word I want from an open world Pokemon game.
Okay.
I feel like it strikes at the heart of why people have been asking for this for so long, and why the comparisons to Breath of the Wild always get made. What I want is mystery.
Like
and
mystery dungeon?
This is a word. No, I just want mystery.
I gotta clear this up.
They use the word mysterious twice in this trailer. Once to refer to the Pokeball, and once to refer to the map that you use to track.
And they're not mysterious.
Neither of which is mysterious.
I have one. It's right here.
It's the same Pokeball you've used in every Pokemon game to date, except it's reskinned. And the map is a map you've used in every video game ever. None of which is mysterious. There's the mysterious part is that there's a
damn latch, but there's no technology telling me how you cram the Pokemon, just shoving it into the ball, and it has a latch that you have to, like, give it a freaking, like, passcode to get out of. And there's no technology.
Down to the environment as well, like, as Riley pointed out in chat, like, it looks so uninteresting. Like, yeah, you look at these, like, big sprawling environments, and there's, like, nothing that draws your interest. There's, like, just, like, the same bad grass texture.
Let me throw a Pokeball at a tree!
Yeah. And, like, it's like, oh my God. And so I worry about Pokemon Legends, where I feel like Game Freak are going to be on their high horse, and they're going to like, well, we tried straying from the formula. We tried this radical new evolution of the Pokemon formula, and you didn't buy it. And we're going to be like, no, we didn't buy it because there's nothing there.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Hold up. No.
Even the Pokemon themselves, the most mysterious looking Pokemon they've showed off in this game is like, they're bigger and they have red eyes.
They're coming at you. Look out for these Pokemon. Is that?
Like, you're going back in time. You can do so many, like, you can do new Pokemon. I don't think there's any new Pokemon in this game. Is there? Other than the deer? Is the deer new?
I think the deer, and I think they have, like, variant versions. I think it is this
variant versions?
Yeah. Variant versions? What the hell are these variant versions?
Make a new Pokemon. Make a new one. I want a Pokemon game where, like, catching one is like, it takes 3 hours to do, right? There are like 12 giant, basically I'm pitching Shadow of the Colossus, right? There are 12 giant Pokemon. And like, you just have to catch them all, but there's only 12, and they're just a boss battle every time. They're not the Jump Gigantamax raids. They're like their own thing, and they're each unique, and you have to. And like once you get the big Pokemon, like say you've got the first one, it's like it's a big hunk of cheese with legs, right? With eyeballs and stuff, right? When you catch it, you clear the corruption, and then that turns into I don't know, Psyduck, right?
Okay.
And so you use Psyduck to take down the other 12. You know what I mean? And you're acquiring the first 12 Pokemon to exist or whatever. And the last one is a giant Mew, but he's got 800 tentacles, and that's what I want, John. I want Pokemon to get weird, and this is the least weird thing they could have done. But they're still acting like, how crazy is all this?
Oh my God, it's great. Guess what you get to do to catch Pokemon? You have to sneak up behind them. So you got to be very, very quiet. And I'm going hunting for these Pokemon, and I'm going to throw the ball, and then it's just I'm going to capture it. And you're like, why can't I just kick him in the nuts and just put him down and then throw the Pokeball at him and latch him in there?
I realized, I think my pitch for the Pokemon game is Sonic Frontiers. I think that's what I pitched.
Look, we're going to have two open world games. One is going to fail. One is going to fail tremendously, and one is going to be Game of the Year. And I guarantee you, it's going to be Sonic Frontiers that is going to be in the running for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, but you know what? I'm going to be honest with you guys. Finn might have said no one bought this game. Guess what? Your Uncle John is going to buy this game. That's right. We're actually going to be streaming Pokemon Legends Arceus on January 28th. That is the day it comes out. So come back here on twitch.tv/nowtoplaygames and hang out with us as we go through the first 2 hours of the game. Bring your questions, bring your concerns, bring your Pokeballs. It's going to be me and whomever wants to jump in from Now to Play Games, and we're going to play this game together. And
Keith in chat, you got to perform a Stone Cold Stunner to capture the Bidoof. That's what I want. They have strong style in this game, and strong style is like a wrestling
quick style.
Term. So agile style and
agile
style.
That's right. So yeah, John's gonna buy it for Now to Play Games. We're gonna play it together. God help us all. We're trying to get more streams to you guys and more content. So what are we doing? We're starting off with Pokemon Legends Arceus. God help us all.
Because most people understand what Pokemon is, and it's just
it's an easy to get in there, and
we're going to explore this world, John. I don't know if we're going to find anything, but we're going to explore.
Look, if I can go through 2 hours of this game talking to people and not finding a damn Pokemon, I think that's a freaking win. I might actually try that. That might be what we do. Can we get through 2 hours of Pokemon Legends without seeing a single damn Pokemon?
Yeah, you just you don't catch any Pokemon to get new Pokemon. You only use the Pokeball stealth thing. Yeah. That's all you use.
That's all I do. I run away from battles. We might put parameters on this. This might be a lot of fun. This is how we put How to Play Games on the map. We just do something stupid in the game. No. If I don't catch it by sneaking, then my ass runs away. And we try something new.
So mad.
People are going to be pissed. It's going to be great. It is going to be great. But you know what else people are pissed about? When you get a report card. Finn, why in God's name are report cards on our run of show? You didn't tell me a damn thing about this one.
It's a simple premise, John. I just want to, we're still in January, so it's still a time to review the past year. I wanted to, we didn't get to do one of the things we wanted to do with regards to reviewing the past year games. So I thought it'd be interesting to take the three main platform holders, PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox, and give them a report card. Just give them grades on several things. We like giving grades here at Now to Play Games.
We do.
So I've given them each 6 categories on which we're going to grade them. We're going to look back on 2021. We're going to see where they land. Those categories are games, hype, fan service, weirdness, future outlook, and one intangible that's different for each platform holder. So let's start. Any particular one you want to start off with? I have PlayStation top here, but we can go anywhere.
Let's start PlayStation. Let's just go down. Let's go down the list. I'm good with that.
All right, so PlayStation, what games they have this year? They had Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Returnal, Deathloop, technically.
Deathloop, yep.
It's PS5
yeah, right, technically Deathloop. What else do they have?
In terms of exclusives, I don't know.
Intergrade. They had Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, so we got the Yuffie missions.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
5 Strikers, I guess, unless it's on something else.
What? Yes, Rose?
Strikers was on the Switch.
True.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. It's just the main game that they hate Nintendo for.
God, I really wish that we could have a tracker for this.
God damn it,
somewhere
woman.
like Notion that we could keep track of games and
Solar Ash,
announcements
Death Stranding Director's
Solar
Cut.
Ash, that's
like
a good
that.
Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut? No, that was the year before. Never mind. So yeah, just like a general look at like those are the sort of highlights. Where do you think Sony kind of lands in terms of like years they've had previously, right? In terms of like, you know, like 2018 you had God of War, 2017 you had Horizon Zero Dawn.
I think it was still.
Came out. I think that was 2016.
I think it was still a good year for Sony. I think we didn't get the bangers. I'll say it that way. We didn't get the everyone stop and you need to buy a PlayStation 5 and or 4 for this game. I mean, Returnal's great. Ratchet and Clank is great, but is that the guys shut up and go buy a PlayStation 5 right now for this game? In a theory concept of we have PlayStation 5s for you to buy and not I have to go buy a PlayStation 4 because Sony decided that they're going to up the production of those because you can't get a PlayStation 5. Thank you, Rose. I'm going to go ahead and grab that right now and take a look at this list.
Chicory was a PlayStation console exclusive. I did not know that. That seems like it's made for Switch.
I think that it was a timed exclusive.
It was time exclusive, Chicory.
That's right. She'd have talked about it on one of those things. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, and now it's on Switch right now. Oh, Kenna. Kenna was great.
Kenna. Yeah, I think I'm going to move on to Kenna next.
Kenna was great.
No.
If I had to give it a full... I'd give it a solid B. I think
I'm
B-wise.
on B2, right?
Solid B for games.
Without, like, the big gun, you can't give it an A. This year potentially could have two of the biggest guns in the biz with Horizon and God of War.
And God of War.
We'll see if God of War makes it. But
the more I'm thinking about the God of War, the more I'm getting a little iffy on, is that going to come out in 2022?
If it does, though. If it does,
it'll be great.
You see that PC port? That's hitting good.
Oh, the PC. Everyone's saying that is the best PC port, period. And I kind of want to get it, actually. I have God of War on my PlayStation, but I kind of want to get the PC port because apparently it's
I was
good.
watching the Digital Foundry video and it was making me want to replay that game. Just the music alone. The music gets you in that mood.
Oh, the music. Bought the vinyl. That music's great.
Leviathan Axe, dude. I want to just throw it at a tree and bring it back again for all day.
Like, damn, yes. Boy.
All right, let's grade them on hype. How much hype have they generated this year? How hyped are you for PlayStation, just in general, without even thinking about it?
I'm actually pretty hyped. You know, and when I look at hype, I have to think of both what happened in 2021 and what they've kind of pushed for 2022. Because you have to take it all as a whole. So my idea of hype, I actually am going to give them an A. Like, what the hype that they have put up for 2022, just for those two games alone, is ridiculous. And then you have stuff like Sifu and everything else. Plus, their conferences... Their state of plays, but also their the PlayStation Showcase, the big one that we all like love, just always knocks it out of the park. I mean, Stray alone, a game that we were like, where's this game out? And then they showed it again. We're like, oh my God, I want to be a cat in this Neo concept city, just walking around from Annapurna, and it's a PlayStation exclusive. Hell yes, I actually give hype A.
I don't know if we determined this, but we should probably determine. Do we have plus and minus in this?
I would say plus and minus. Yeah, if we want, if that's the case, A minus.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I still give it an A. I think this was like in terms of generating hype for me, it was just below their 2016 one, which I don't think is ever going to be matched. The one that opened with God of War E3. But yeah, looking at that, like they had a few state of plays throughout the year, right? They were like here and there. They had that one with Little Devil Inside that basically had nothing else but Little Devil Inside looked cool at least. But yeah, they, like looking at this like showcase they started off with a banger Star Wars KOTOR remake, and that's like for the future. But they also had like closer things like Deathloop and weird things like Kid Amnesia.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Like remakes and stuff are happening. So and yeah, like in terms of hype for PlayStation, like again, just looking at what next year could possibly be, I think it's hard to dispute.
Yeah.
So I think we'll land on an A.
Hey, I'm good with A.
Fan service.
Define
Are you a fan
this
of
one for
PlayStation?
me.
Do you feel serviced? How much like
I don't know if I want to feel serviced by PlayStation.
Beyond like trailer hype, like how much do you feel like you're appreciated by PlayStation for being a fan? Like Is there a sense of community building up? Or are they doing like cool things for the sake of doing
absolutely,
cool things?
It's a C. 100%. Like I think we're hitting the point, and I said this when I was when the PlayStation 5 came out. I still feel like PlayStation and Xbox have now flipped. When the Xbox One was announced, Xbox was like, here, this is what you're going to get, blah, 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 this is it. And PlayStation came out and just knocked it out of the park. And I think those roles have now flipped, where PlayStation's like, here's what you're going to get. You're going to get these AAA titles, which are great titles, but this is all you're going to get. We're not going to really expand out on what we'll give you. And Xbox is like, you want to play some damn games? Here's how you play games. Go nuts. And I think they need to change that messaging. 100%. And maybe the rumors, which we didn't put in the run of show, maybe the rumors of getting rid of PlayStation Now and whatever Spartacus is going to be might change that, but they've got a long road ahead when it comes to PlayStation Now. So as a fan of PlayStation and just someone who is console agnostic, and I have every console and I love all of them, I don't feel like as a PlayStation fan I got more. I feel like I need to jump into these games more so if they're just like there. They just kind of gave me what I wanted. It was good food. They kind of pulled the Nintendo. It was good, but it was like, all right, are you going to give me a little bit more, or are you going to make it worth my while? Yeah, they had some cool stuff with like PlayStation Plus. Where you could do like the 6 months of Apple TV. Like, that's the funny thing. Did you notice like a lot of the things now we're starting to push the online services? Here's some Apple TV, here's YouTube Premium and stuff like that. And PlayStation pushed that a little bit more on their dashboard than Xbox did, because I think Xbox gave you 3 months of YouTube Premium or something like that. So I'm starting to see like little connections of, oh, this really was Xbox One, but through PlayStation 5 eyes now. So it's pretty interesting to see how this is going to work. It really depends on how they do PlayStation Plus and how they redo that, because we know that they also bought Funimation. And so how are they going to integrate all that stuff? How are they going to integrate PlayStation Now? And what is Spartacus actually going to be? But right now,
you're still into one of the other categories, but yeah.
Okay.
In terms of fan service, like I think back to like the PSX days, John.
Those are great.
Things, but like, yeah, there was such a like weird like sense of community there, and like I think for fan service to be an A, like NAC 3 would need to be a reality, right? We'd need to be looking forward to NAC 3. You know, that would be the type of stuff they need to pull out. And like just in terms of like the cast of characters, like you used to have like Andrew House and Jack Trenton and Shuhei Ishida. Now you basically just have like, you know,
you have Jim Ryan,
Herman Hulst and Jim Ryan, but like there's less of a connection coming through the screen. I don't know what it is, but
when they talk, I hate saying it, like I at least like when Phil Spencer talks, or when they bring out anyone from Nintendo. There's a showmanship to it. When it comes to Herman Hulst or anyone from PlayStation, it's literally a fourth year college dissertation, and I'm just like, oh God, please just stop.
So inhuman that you thought it was rendered by the Unreal Engine.
I still believe that to this day.
Weirdness. How weird are PlayStation this year? They doing anything weird?
Not really. It was kind of just there. If you really think, like, I don't think they went too weird. I truly believe they need to go more weird, and I agree with you. I want more weird stuff from PlayStation, but like I think their weirdness comes when it's their free games that you actually get on PlayStation. I think that's where they dabble in the weird of like, hey, do you remember Destruction All Stars? No one else remembers Destruction All Stars. Let's just go ahead and throw that back there and pretend we never talked about it. That is their concept of weird. Like, they don't believe. I don't believe that if it's not working right off the bat, depending on if it's weird or not, PlayStation doesn't care. So it's one of those. They need to let their weird fly. They need to let it grow. And like we know what we're getting when it comes to 2022 with God of War and Horizon. But we don't know if NAC 3 is coming. God help me if NAC 3 does come out, because that is weird. That is very weird. I mean,
would be weird.
Everyone's golf is weird. Where are those games like? And maybe will they do that space with VR, or what's going on? Weirdness. D.
I think this year was the year where risk-averse Sony really got cemented.
Yeah.
And so like the weird stuff is going to be coming less and less. Like there's no gravity rushes. They're Like Dreams is pretty weird. The weirdest thing I could think of this year was that Kid Amnesia thing.
Yeah.
But that was more Radiohead being weird than PlayStation.
Than PlayStation. PlayStation was just like, yeah, sure, do it.
Let's go with a D for weirdness. Sony,
Yeah.
you can be more weird. Future outlook.
A.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say A. That one's the easiest one because no matter how much we complain, we know we've got the God of Wars, we've got the Horizons, we've got whatever in God's name Naughty Dog wants to do. And we know they're going to be bangers. And this is the risk aversion Sony that we just talked about, is we know what we're getting. That's what we want. F it, you get an A.
Two things do this for me specifically. What we're hearing about PSVR 2 and what we're hearing about the rumored Spartacus revamp of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. Both could go tits up really quickly.
Yeah.
But the potential is there for them to have two bangers with that and really change their business model.
Yep.
And
that would fall under the weird. To me, if you really think about it,
is it weird because Game Pass are doing it? You know?
But when has Sony ever done anything that Xbox has done?
Well, it was weird. So you had back in the PS3 days, you had PlayStation Plus that was this sort of we're giving away 3 games, and then you had Xbox Live, and it's hey, we do stuff too with Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah,
and now they do Game Pass, so they don't care about Gold anymore, whereas you have PlayStation who really are hammering at home with PlayStation Plus free games, don't care as much about PlayStation Now. So I think it's just different sides of the same coin. I wouldn't say it was weird. It's just business stuff, but definitely interesting for sure. And Sony's intangible category that I want to grade them on is coolness.
Okay.
They're the market leader in terms of if you look at hardware unit sales and stuff like that. How cool does it feel to be a PlayStation player, do you think?
PlayStation, not very cool. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
It comes back to, when overall I look at it from Herman Hulst and just the robots that we get when someone's talking, or the robots chick from the State of Play. This is your state of play. Welcome. Please enjoy. And you're just come on, we got to have a little bit more. The two from Nintendo Minute were more entertaining than you. So.
Oh, wow. I say this wearing my PlayStation hoodie and drinking out of my PlayStation cup. I think it's for the wrong reasons, but I think it's very cool to be a PlayStation player right now, purely because if you own a PS5, you're privileged. You're one of those privileged kids.
Is that cool though?
It is cool. It is really cool to say, cool? Hey, you have a PS5. I do. I can play
so
Ratchet.
You're pinky out. Yes, I've got the PS5.
The game that you can't even buy.
And then I'm going to go to my yacht after that and play more of my PS5.
Is that not cool? Also, PlayStation Coaster as well. That the PlayStation Cup is sitting on.
Oh, my freaking God.
I think it's cool. Should we land on a C then?
I'll give you a C. I'll see your C and I'll give it to you.
C for cool.
C for cool, dog.
Yeah, moving on to Nintendo. How was their games this year? What did they have?
What did they?
I can't think of a single Nintendo game. Why is this slipping my mind? They didn't. Animal Crossing was the year before.
Dread, Monster Hunter Rise,
Metroid Dread,
Snap, Shin Megami Tensei, and that actually came out this year. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. God,
those are 4 good games, but
there were also the 2 Pokemon games.
True, we got 2.
I don't know. Is that one? Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, let's be honest.
It goes back to the PlayStation thing. It doesn't have the big hitter. It doesn't have Smash Bros. Or Breath of the Wild 2 or a new mainline Mario game.
We did
or
get
a new Mario
the
Kart.
Sora announcement this year for Smash.
That's true. That happened this year.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty. So I would say between
Sora, that down instead of games, I put that down to fan service.
Okay, all right, yeah, I'll give you that
also,
one.
Also, the Animal Crossing DLC.
Fan service. Look, I'm already going to tell you fan service is an A for Nintendo. Well, Metroid Dread, though, I would actually say, because of Metroid Dread alone, I'd still give it a B. I'd give Nintendo a B.
I don't know. We give PlayStation a B. A C feels right for Nintendo. Maybe that's hard. B minus.
B minus? I was C plus, B minus. I'll follow you on that one. I'm good with that.
Yeah. I don't think it was as good as PlayStation's catalog this year, but Metroid Dread puts it up there for sure. Hype. They had a pretty good showcase.
They had a great showcase on... we got to see more Breath of the Wild 2 during E3, and then the October and November State of Play, we got Bayonetta 3. And that alone freaked us all out. The Kirby game, I gotta give them A. I do. Like
okay.
Nintendo knows how to give us hype. Will we get it? Shit if I know. But at least I'm hyped for everything that could possibly come out in 2022.
A minus, John, because Switch Pro still doesn't exist. You can't be just as hyped, you know.
Yep. Okay. No, that's fair. I'm good.
Fan service.
Hey, goddamn, we got Sora and Smash. Don't even fight me. Don't even fight me.
Think about the online stuff, John.
Oh, okay. A minus.
Okay, yeah,
but you got.
That's the lowest you can go with the year that Sora
with Sora alone, and then Animal Crossing, the Happy Home Designer New Horizons thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, pretty good.
Weirdness.
That was a giant update, and it was free. Plus, we got DLC, which was basically another game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So like they, while their marketing was not correct when it came to their freaking online expansion pack thing. At least they were able to give you what you wanted and you could pay for it, and it was a kick-ass expansion and update. So
weirdness. How weird were Nintendo?
Not weird enough.
I don't think they were very weird. Not as weird as you'd like Nintendo to be.
Yeah, shit. F.
Oh yeah. I know. F. Fuck it. F.
But they did pull a full-on Nintendo with giving us a Switch OLED instead of a Switch Pro.
That's not weird. That's boring.
That's pathetic.
Okay.
That is pathetic. I mean, the only thing that I would say would literally be weird is the expansion pack and how it was marketed, but I don't think that's the weird in the concept we're looking for. So yeah, Nintendo thrives on being weird, and the only thing that I would give them is the Kirby game that's coming out. But that's for here. So
that's this year, though.
That's this year. So yeah, F. They're not weird enough.
Oh, dude. The Mario movie cast.
Oh shit! Hold up.
It's pretty weird.
Let's go ahead and put that to a D.
Yeah. Let's bump it up to a D.
I forgot about that.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Chris Pratt as Mario.
Yeah, that alone makes it a D. All right, I'm good with that.
I'm tempted to say a D plus. That was a really weird time. We were all reeling by the end of that.
I'm good with that. D plus.
Future outlook.
I mean, we've got Splatoon 2, or we got Splatoon 3. We've got Breath of the Wild 2. We've got Bayonetta 3. We've got Kirby. I mean, and again, as much as it's been rumored, and if it wasn't for the pandemic, we know that there's a Switch Pro style coming out. Plus, we didn't talk about it, the rumors of Mario Kart 9 and their new concept or a new thing that they're going to do.
Yeah. I think it looks good for games, but pretty much everything else.
Let's back up for just a second. We do not know that there is a Switch Pro coming out.
Okay. We don't know this. So
we do not know this. This is Nintendo.
All right, fine. F it. Push that out of the way. Everything else game-wise, we know is coming out. Future, I mean, it looks bright.
But they're not
what's Nintendo
knowing? Acquiring studios, you know, they're not like making moves, you know, like I don't know. They're not like making their own streaming service, like really.
But I mean, Nintendo's never been like that though. So in the concept of just games alone, I mean, let's be honest. If Breath of the Wild 2 comes out in 2022, what is going to be Game of the Year?
I really hope Horizon.
It's going to be Sonic Forces, but you're wrong either way. So it will be Breath of the Wild 2. The hype on that is so high. That alone gets an A. You know it. Don't you know it. You have to give it an A from Breath of the Wild 2 alone.
You think that's going to beat out both Horizon and God of War?
Mainly, why I will say right now it will beat out God of War. Cory Barlog is not directing God of War Ragnarok. That is why I will say. Damn. That is why I will say it will beat out God of War.
You're a fraud. You said you were okay with that when we talked about it on the podcast. You're a fraud.
Oh no, I
absolutely buried this new director.
I'm fine with Cory Barlog doing something else, but I'm fine with the new director. But I think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to be a little bit better. Stop pointing at me. Give me an A. You know I'm right.
No, I want you to look at your camera instead of staring at your computer screen.
Sorry.
All right, Nintendo's intangible category. Charm. How charming were they this year? I feel like Nintendo has to be charming.
Nintendo has to be charming, and it's always going to be like you have Animal Crossing. The charm in that one alone is great. You have their family focused and family first concepts when it comes to their games. That's always good too. They have charm, so you won't say A, and I understand that, and I understand I come as from Nintendo, who that's my platform of choice right now, mostly. I will give them a B-.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I'll give them B. I'm not gonna go A. I think they can do better. I think if this Kirby game hits in 2022 and we get some cool stuff, plus the amount of freaking Joy-Cons we get, that'd be great. Do it. Just do it right now.
Xbox games.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's a hard A+.
A+. It is 100% A+ on Xbox.
Yeah.
Forza, Halo, Psychonauts 2. Done.
Yeah.
That's those three right there.
4. Deathloop, again, if you want to look at it for them too, kind of in a weird way.
And the Artful, I powered through the Artful Escape last night. I sat down and started it last night, and I beat it last night. It is one of the most perfect games I've ever played in my life. Mother of God, if you've not played the Artful Escape, please just go play it. It is so freaking good.
Perfect's a strong word, John.
Perfect is a strong word. It is a masterpiece.
Finn,
it is a masterpiece. There was some frame
rate. You don't
rate.
understand. This game is perfect.
There was some there was some frame rate drops and stuff like that, and there's weird button things that I think that might have just been me. I don't know.
I'm scared that I'm going to be bored in that game. Am I going to be bored?
You know what? You have Game Pass.
Am I going to be bored?
You have Game Pass.
Right. I'm just like,
try.
I'm just, you're my friends, and I'm coming to you for a quick take. Like, will I be bored? Because, like, the platform, it seems like really floaty.
So it is very floaty, and what you're going to do is you're going to completely, like, relate it to Celeste. And you can't do that. You literally have to take Celeste out of your mind.
Right, because platformers is my genre. I like to be challenged.
Exactly. This is not go into this as an experience, not a I'm here to beat this game. This is an experiential game where it's coming of age, and you understand, like, even though that we might have or might not have placed this path in front of us, that path is one we don't have to take, and we can do something completely different. Right. That's what the Artful Escape is about.
Xbox hype.
Dude, Phil Spencer talks, we listen.
Yeah. NA.
That
E3 showcase was pretty damn good. Probably the best Xbox E3 showcase there is. A lot of good stuff to look forward to. That Redfall and like the heist game, I forget what it's called, and like Starfield, and a lot to look forward to. A lot of hype.
Yeah. Be
generated right now. Fan service.
Game Pass alone, I will always keep this an A.
Yeah, I think that, like, I'm thinking of that Xbox, like, in review thing. That's like all fan service. That's all that was. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Xbox in review, and then the documentary series was awesome.
The documentary, yeah. They're trying to, like, really
oh my God.
Build a sense of community around Xbox.
Yep.
Weirdness. How weird were Xbox?
Actually not that weird.
Not that weird, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have, like, The Rock. They did have The Rock.
They did. That's true.
And he had the eggs and the vault. That was pretty weird.
Shit. Hold on. I was going to give him a C, but now because of that, I might bump that bad boy up to a B+.
They did have The Rock. Yeah.
And their social media has actually gotten a lot better. Like, they get weird on their social media sometimes.
Yeah, they had Little Dicky at the Game Awards. That was pretty weird.
That was weird. And they're... I will fully admit that they're trying, and it gets odd. B.
Yeah. All right, B. Yeah, B. B seems right. Future outlook.
A.
A+.
A+. A+. You get to play your games wherever you want. Who cares? Just get Game Pass. Purely
for, like, they got streaming down. Whenever we're ready for streaming, Xbox is going to be the first one there.
Yep.
We've already got you covered. So like that's bright future for them. Xbox is intangible. We've mentioned them a few times as Phil Spencer. What grade would we give Phil Spencer?
Phil Spencer, A. We have to give Papa Phil an A.
Did you listen to that?
Phil Spencer
interview?
is best Phil Spencer.
Yes.
Did you listen to that interview he did recently with the New York Times, the Sway podcast thing? That was really good.
That was very, very good. I
feel like the interview was harsh, and I appreciated that she was harsh. Mm-hmm. But also, a lot of times it seemed like Phil had to answer for the entire games industry, and I think he did well. I think he had a lot of like interesting takes. Go listen to that podcast.
He is the one that really is like he's going to give you the best foot forward and the best information that he can give. He's still a president of micro or Xbox. So I can't give you too much, but at least you know, like, all right, he has the interest of gamers and video games, the whole industry in mind. So Papa Phil talks, we listen.
I'm going to say an A-.
Okay.
Really, because I don't think we saw enough of him this year.
I'll give that.
And normally we see Phil pop up like 5 or 6 times a year. I feel like we only saw him like once, like for 5 minutes during an E3 thing, and then the podcast.
But if we allow for COVID,
sure.
I'll still give it an A- though,
because he still like made time to be in that podcast or do the interview. Like
they bought Bethesda in 2021, right? Or was that 2020?
That was 2020, and it was 2020, and they cleared it in 2021.
When was that podcast that they sat down with Phil, Pete Hines, Todd Howard, and like they were all just kind of chatting shit?
Oh,
and like, has he done anything weird with his background, the Zoom background this time? Where
not that I know of. I'm always looking at his Zoom backgrounds when I he was on the Xbox, the docuseries that they did, which was really cool to see. A-. I need a little bit more Papa Phil. I'm going to be honest. I actually truly enjoy listening to that man talk.
Yeah. So that means Xbox had the best performance by far.
Yes.
They got A+, A, B, A+, A-.
Xbox coming in.
Out of the water. Yeah, so notes for them going home, like with Jim Ryan and all, and they're all going home. PlayStation needs to be more weird and needs to service the fans a lot more. Nintendo need to be a little bit more weird, and also bump up the charm.
Yeah.
Bump up that charm. Xbox,
give us a little bit more.
You're doing great.
Doing great at Xbox. Phil, you can call us anytime.
You can be more weird.
Yeah. Get a little
more weird and more Phil. If you get Phil being weird, even better.
Nice. All right. You know what? With that, this has been your weekly Now to Play Games podcast. If you're here with us live on twitch.tv/Now to Play Games, please click the follow button. If you're watching this video on the Now to Play Games YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to all the NTPG content right there at your fingertips. All you podcast listeners there, give us a follow and review. You are the best. And with that, I'm John. That's Finn. Rose is in the producer's chair. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Now go play some games, and we'll see you next week.